Hello everyone, welcome to Go Get My Guru. Before proceed with the today's session, let's have a look at agenda of today's session. Let's start with the concept of method overriding, which is one of the types of polymorphism in Python. Then the method overriding is developing a method with the same name and signature as in the base class or superclass with a different implementation in the derived class or subclass is called as method overriding. For example, let's consider chair class having a method called displayFeatureChair, and then the folding chair class has to inherit the folding chair class has to override this method. For that, we need to use concept of inheritance. Then the key points for the method overriding is, in method overriding, inheritance should be there, and within a class, function overriding is not possible. It means in one class, you can't override the methods. A child class must be derived from a parent class. Second one is, the method in the child class which is inherited from the parent class should be the same with its name and signature with a different implementation. It means the method which is in the child class should be the same with its name and signature but with different implementation. It means different values. Let's consider the example for method overriding in Python. In this case, there are two classes. First is class chair and next is folding chair. Here, class is the base class and folding chair is the derived class. We know that to achieve method overriding, inheritance should be there. So here, folding chair is the derived class. It has to inherit from the chair class. The method which is in the chair class, that is displayFeatureChair, it is having some value, that is features of chair. That method is inherited in the base class with its same name but different implementation. That is, folding chair is a chair that can be foldable. Hence, derived class inheriting from the base class, so need to create object for the derived class. That is, folding chair is equal to folding chair. Through that object, we need to call the methods which is in the folding chair class. That is, folding chair dot displayFeatureChair. When you run this code, you will be getting output as folding chair is a chair that can be foldable because it is overridden in the derived class. Code this in VS Code. Let's create a class chair and define a method def displayFeatureChair with self keyword. And write one print function, that is features of chair, and then create one more class, that is folding chair. We know that to achieve method overriding, there should be inheritance concept. Here, chair will be the base class and folding chair will be the derived class. So, write base class name, that is chair in derived class. Then define a method which is in the base class, that is def displayFeatureChair, but give different implementation for the print function which is not in the base class, that is folding chair is a chair that can be foldable. Hence, it is the inheritance concept. Then create an object for the derived class, that is folding chair is equal to folding chair in main function. Through this object, call the method which is in derived class. Then call the main function. Here, there are two classes. First is chair class and next is folding chair. To achieve method overriding, the folding chair class inheriting the property of the chair class but different implementation. And then created an object for the derived class, that is folding chair is equal to folding chair. Through that object, we are calling a method which is in folding chair class. If you run this code, we'll get output is folding chair is a chair that can be foldable, not the features of chair, because that method already overridden in the derived class. Let's run this code and the output is folding chair is a chair that can be foldable. And then second one is method overriding with super function in Python. If there are two methods in chair class, that is display chair price, we need to access this display chair price method in folding chair without any modification. For that, we need to use super function. Super function will be used to access base class methods in child class. That is super function dot method name. To access base class name in child class, we have to use super function with super function dot method name. When you run this code, you should get output folding chair is a chair that can be foldable and the chair price is 1000. The output is folding chair is a chair that can be foldable and the chair price is 1000. Hope you are enjoying learning with us. Requested to like our videos to support us. Leave us a feedback in the comment section. Are you a subscriber to our channel? If not, requested to click on subscribe button and hit the bell icon to receive regular updates. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next session. Keep coding, happy learning.